Mr. Lingo himself. Hey. Cobbs on that, my nigga. Come on, let me get a piece of that slice, boy.
Shut that shit, boy. True. I ain't no rapper, though. Look.
With great precision, like circumcision, they cut you off quick. It's hard to miss this division in my city, it's too thick. Is that your chick? Pretty face, slim waist, bite out. Bet I can merch it, Chan Dicey with the Lexi out south. Put dibs on it cause I know I got cars. But if you stingy with the dough, it's guaranteed you get robbed. Use others, probably kick a 2 or 3 flat, that's barely distant. Shot lingo is sorta different, like none other, we just gifted. Dibs. Money is the root of all evil. Knievel here to deceive you. Let's take a ride. We could dip to the lake for an escape down LSD. That's my favorite to beat. But if you wanna say some gas, we can hop on the L. It's full of colors. Anywhere you wanna go, I won't tell. Secret safe with me. Drill to my heart and throw the key in 6 corners if you wanna. Any gangway will do. It's just the taste that keep me going. Need my sandwich intact. Throw a pickle and some lays on the side. Let's get it, Joe. Let's hit the show. It's finally summertime shy. The Hawks different. Need some gym shoes to go with this fit. They just don't get it. Boy, they just don't get it. Huh. The lingo's different. I'm so CHICA go. We so live. My pops not being around was a blessing in disguise. The gardens look so well, man. It taught me how to rock. I was fiending like a junkie, but I never had the cop. Just to make it to the top. They say that's when the pain stops. I used to be afraid to walk through humbled. I was terrified. Now I stroll through it freely, mainly cause it's gentrified. Shit. Yeah, mainly cause it's gentrified. If you was black, you was folks to some folks. Mainly kings, that's these 2 6s, man, it wasn't no joke. Ain't no gold about snatch. Best fact, money ain't a thing. Out of sight, out of mind is how the game really goes. As the world turns, who's got in my light, you never know. Today is relevant, tomorrow you could be exposed. Listen to my story as the page turn, let it burn. You gon' learn today as I usher you down the hallway. Pick a room, enter at your own risk. Daily I get frisked cause my melanin is bliss. Full of kingdom attributes, they be hating on that. But listen, pay attention, don't be blinded by the blind folk. Can't keep a bird in a box, just let my people go. Privilege is bigger than Hennessy, you see. The darker the tone, the clearer the message. What more I gotta prove to attest it? It's loyalty over money in case they forgot. Just cause Lori light on the foot don't mean the crime gon' stop. Cause we got families to feed and need. The poverty is at an all-time high. Do anything to get by. We rob, cheat, and steal. Then they hit you with the stale face. United up in these states. How? Give me a break when we get cast off of following dreams. I seen it all. Never claimed to be perfect. Every day I had to fall. Humble by defeat, but never let it define me. Statistically speaking, who really looking to find me? Dibs. Mr. Lingo himself. Alter ego.
All 2020.
I ain't no rapper though.
Not one.
Two bags eating chicken. What you wanna do? Missing? Give me that chicken, chicken. Give me that chicken, chicken. 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 We good?
Always live. Look at that.
I know, right? It always, hey, it is what it is. You feel me? What's good, beautiful people? Welcome to the podcast, Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken. It's your boy, Mr. Lingo himself.
The man who always got something to say. It's your boy, Plus Sweaty KJ.
And we broadcasting live from WIIFTBP, What's in it for the Black People Media. If you new to the channel, make sure you follow What's in it for the Black People Media Facebook page. Make sure you follow Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken Facebook page. Follow the Twitter and the IG 2VEC podcast, number 2 VEC podcast. KJ, what's going on with you, brother?
Man, it's been an interesting day. So weirdly enough, well, oddly enough, right?
Okay.
I seen like a lot of black men, and they just like super friendly.
You saw a lot of black dudes, and they were super friendly.
Super friendly, like smiling and waving at me and shit. Kind of like scared me. I guess because Kanye here though.
That's interesting. Well, that's funny.
Usually I get a mean mug or like just like a nod and like a I don't really see you, but like they made it known, like, what's up? Or like a super wave. It was like, damn, like this is awkward.
Huh. Interesting. But we got a dope show for y'all today. You know what I'm saying? We got a special guest in the building. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let him introduce
Ron
himself because
Saeed.
okay, shit. Because you know I know I'm a butcher his shit, so I'm gonna let him introduce himself. You feel me? And we gonna kick it off. You know what I'm saying? What's good, brother?
Yo, what's up? What's up? My name is Ron Saeed. Repping Chicago,
Illinois.
Illinois. Musician.
All right.
Musician, artist extraordinaire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
Okay. Did you share it? Make sure you share. So go to Facebook. What's in it for the Black People Media?
Abbreviated?
Nah, I think it's all one joint. What's in it for the Black People Media? And then share it to your Facebook.
Yeah.
Make sure you share it, KJ, because my shit tweaking right now. Yeah, because I can't see nothing. I don't know if people in there. I can't see nothing because my phone tweaking. I might have to cut it on, cut it off. But we got a dope show for y'all today. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna get to know my brother real fast. You know what I'm saying? He just dropped the project, House of Vines. Or is that what it's called? House in the Vines. Yes, it's a very unique project. Hip hop, a lot of different feels to it. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna touch base on it. So you originally from Chicago?
Yeah. I'm out in the suburbs, but I've been living in the city now for several years.
Okay, what suburb you from?
Carpentersville.
I don't even know where that's at.
It's right near like Elgin.
Okay, I know where Elgin is. That's a long
Yeah,
ass
it's like straight 40 miles.
stupid ride.
How long you been in Chicago?
Coming up on like a decade soon.
Cut that down.
Yeah, make sure y'all volume down too.
Coming up on like a decade soon.
So 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting. So you live in the city now?
Yeah, Lincoln Park.
Okay, LP.
Yeah, so I had my studio up there, like where I would record and do everything, but
Okay.
recently during the panoramic, I moved it out to Hinsdale.
The panoramic, that's hilarious.
I moved it out to Hinsdale,
Okay.
downtown Hinsdale, but I'm always recording in different studios out here. The main one I work out of now is Narwhal Studios.
Narwhal
it's
Studio.
Out in Wicker Park.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
It's going in and out. We working on it though.
Technical difficulties always a thing, you know what I'm saying? But we still here, we still live. You feel me? We doing what we doing. Okay.
Real loud so that your
I know.
microphone can pick it up.
I know, right? No, I think I hear you though, low key. Maybe it's just that XLR. You know what I'm saying?
Check.
Thank you.
Check. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear
What's
you.
up, Boosie?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Say it
Yeah.
again.
Yo.
My name's Brown. Say yo.
I hear you.
Good?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, cool.
So, how long have you been doing music in general?
Actually, like playing instruments and picking them up, I started like elementary school.
Nice.
Okay.
Probably like 21 years ago.
Okay.
Late 90s, early 2000s, yeah.
So forever.
And when did you know that hip hop
Hip hop?
was your thing?
Bro, when I saw Eminem performing My Name Is at the 99 VMAs,
Interesting.
I remember seeing that shit live. It blew my mind. And then shortly after that, I got really,
What year was that?
that was 99.
Said 99.
Okay. I ain't hear it.
And then
I'm
right
sorry.
after that, I got super obsessed with Outkast and Black Star.
Okay, that's fair.
Those history, like not obsessed. Performing all over like different schools and talent shows. 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, high school.
Mm-hmm.
High school, actually junior high, I started playing more in like orchestras and like learning how to like make and produce music. So then I took several years off that to like explore other styles and like learn about music in general and sound and the culture that goes into it all. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then that was like probably like the 2000s, 2010s.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to high school out in Algonquin, Illinois.
Okay, I know Algonquin. Yeah,
You know Algonquin?
I do.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, I do know Algonquin though.
Nice.
Yeah.
You both born and raised in the city?
Yes, sir.
West side till I die. You feel me? North Lawndale all day. You feel me?
So yeah, I went to high school out
Fun.
over there, and then I started going to school in the city, college, got a few degrees, and then just was working on music the whole time.
Okay.
I was trying to like put out these records that I was writing back in like 2011, 12, 13, but every time I would go to the studio to make something, like there would be some crazy emergency that happened. Like
Really?
one dude, his like best friend died in like a car crash, so he was like distraught. One guy like got randomly got a job out in California. One dude who was recording me, the engineer, like fell into like a heroin addiction, and he had to like go to Florida.
Right.
He had to go to
Fall into.
I mean,
like rehab.
is it
Kind of. To fall into it, yeah. Like, I mean, you know,
Yes, the
people
way
say,
that
oh,
he
I
put it.
became like a pothead or something. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody, like, randomly fall into heroin.
I mean,
you know
he
what I
like
mean?
randomly fall.
Okay.
He fell into it. Like he was doing it, and then it just got really bad during the sessions. I don't know
Got
what
you.
it was. Yeah, I hope it wasn't my music or something that drove him to it.
That's funny. Okay, so since we on the subject of hip hop, I may as well ask you this now. I was gonna save it for like down the line. But who's your top five? Who's your top five?
Stop.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. Go ahead. They give you time to think about it. Then they give you time to think about it.
So in your intros and a lot of your like work, right? So if you guys check out his Instagram and his work, you'll see that he talks a lot about hip hop and like blending the culture and different music. So what does hip hop mean to you?
Good question.
Hip hop to me is it's just like a raw expression. It's something that's unfiltered. It's something that represents like the disenfranchised, the downtrodden in societies, marginalized people. But then it blossoms and grows and incorporates all different types of people. And I think hip hop, what it stands for, is something that's universal. I'm such a student. I love the culture and what it represents and what it's done to me to empower me over like decades at this point. You know, so that might be a little bit of a longer answer, but
Nah,
hip hop is a very expansive.
Nah, it's great.
Expansive thing, you know. And I feel like in the modern like hip hop landscape of what's like really popping off and like trending and stuff, I feel like it still is what it is. I feel like it's moving more towards a pop arena, but like authentic, true, real hip hop.
Nas just dropped something though.
He did, exactly.
Have you heard it?
I have. I heard
It's
the
pretty
first
good.
half of it. I thought
Pretty
it was
good.
Fantastic.
I
That
didn't.
opening track blew my mind.
Oh man, bro,
The pressure.
it's pretty dope. It's a pretty dope project. Have you heard the whole thing? KJ?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
sir.
I love it so far. Okay, that's you. Is that
Done.
yeah?
I mean,
is
my
it-
viewpoint was talking about different.
no,
But
that's fair. I was just asking.
I would love to hear what you're.
I mean, it's a cultural situation when it comes to my views on hip hop, and I think that you can't really like mainstream it or like wash it down, so it can never be a pop situation. But it also goes back to like originality and like MCing. So hip hop to me, if we're talking about solely musically, would be like a core MC base where it's kind of like you look at the older heads and it's like, oh, they're rocking a mic. So yeah, so like the Illmatic, right? Because it's so original, so authentic, so natural in its state.
Yeah.
Not even talking about like anything else as like far as fashion or anything else, but I just feel like it's so big, but yet it's so small and it's very specific. And so when we talk about hip hop, personally to me, I always say that because people are like,
That's fair.
when we talk about hip hop to me, I feel like it just goes. If it's musically, then it goes strictly to like music. If it's culturally, then we go strictly to like we can talk about fashion or we can talk about
Breakdancing.
style.
Yeah.
Because it just breaks down, and so because all of that is a part of the culture you're defining. But instead of general,
Y'all,
sorry
you
man,
feel
I
me?
can sit up here and go on a monologue, man. Y'all
Go
check
ahead,
out that Tyler Creator, man. He come in, look at this, like.
God, that was so long.
Definitely. What you want to share? Share my, man. Pause, right? Share my white face.
I hope nobody's breath stinks.
I know. I ain't put no gum in it either. So
More. I just brushed my teeth.
that's cool. Like, who we got in here? Boosie, what's good? She say chicken eating vegetarians. Fair. Cam, what's good, my brother? We need to catch up. You feel me? Keep Ferro in the building. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all support. You know what I'm saying?
Keep Ferro flex.
Yeah, he already know what it is. Corinthia in the building. You feel me? What's good, Corinthia? How you living? You know what I'm saying? Oh, we sharing, KJ. We close. You good with that? Let's get it a little closer. No, so I hope you had a little time to think about who your top five. Ask that question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
To be in the middle and so to move left and to move right because he's so wide range.
So is he considered pop or R&B?
I would consider Chris Brown an overall artist, but as more
artist,
so R&B. Like if you take away,
That's how he started, right?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't consider him as part of hip hop?
No, he's definitely hip hop.
Okay.
He is a modern future of hip hop. So when you see Chris Brown, you see the transition of the wave changing, right? Even if you look at it and you break it down, right? So we see Michael Jackson, then you see like a super R&B stage. So whoever you want to put there, I'll put R. Kelly there. He changed the complete sound wave. Then you could put T-Pain, but guess what? Chris Brown was through all of that.
Corinthians said he pop, boy.
So
knock it
okay,
off.
but what about
Hey,
like
listen
Michael
to-
Jackson? Then would you consider him like hip hop?
No,
He's a culturally influenced person, but he's not hip hop to me.
Yeah, but what genre would he fall under? Pop, right?
He's like king of pop.
So for me, Chris Brown would
pop.
fall under R&B, but he can't rap. You
I
feel
wouldn't
what I'm saying?
I wouldn't consider Chris Brown making hip hop music. Like if I was gonna put a genre on his music,
be R&B.
It would be R&B,
In my opinion.
But hip hop culture, right? That's something that's a little bit more broad than
Yeah,
just
he
hip hop.
falls
But it's
music.
I guess my argument is that hip hop culture is not broad.
You don't think hip-hop culture is broad?
It's pure, and it
I see what
defines
you're
a
saying.
certain. It goes into a certain niche, I guess, if we can say that, right? You wouldn't say like
I see what you're saying.
you wouldn't say like even we talk about like water, right? You wouldn't say like Dasani water is the same as like Fiji water, right? It's a certain niche, even though they're in the same stream.
I thought
Yeah, but I mean,
You
if
thought I was
you
about to say?
so
you
you're
were
saying, so you're saying like hip hop culture is very narrow, but
It's very separate, but it's an umbrella.
like it's okay. So it's like very distinct.
I just natural and pure.
Natural and pure. I mean,
I'll
I'm
say
trying.
this, so-
I'm trying to like expound. Like,
If-
no,
say this, if you look at shades, right, we'll say it's blue, but then they're like shades of blue. That's what we like hip hop. Hip hop
The blue.
as an umbrella, yes, as
Okay.
a blue. But then there are certain specific parts. So you got the royal blue, you got the dark blue, you got the navy blue, and so you got R&B. Then you got pure hip hop where it's just like rhyming and MCing. Then you got dance culture. Then you got fashion. Then you got everything else that goes with it, even swag itself.
So like R&B or Rakim is solely hip hop, or they rap.
They're a pure rap hip hop though.
so your definition of hip hop is anything that's pure.
Yes.
Right,
And
so
it's
then-
not watered down by the masses.
I mean, there's so much underground music that's outside of rap and hip hop that is like very pure. You know what I mean?
But does it belong to be hip hop? Does it have to be hip hop though?
I mean, by your definition, it would because it's pure. And,
Hip-hop is
and
also though.
so then would we get into more of like skin colors then? You know
I mean,
what
we'll say
Like,
hip hop.
does
Hip
it
hop
have
is
to be?
so if we want to take it that far, hip hop is a black culture situation.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say Bolly music
how you
is
said skin colors.
is like separate or anything else. I wouldn't conflict that, even if I
Yeah.
put Bolly music inside of my hip hop. So like that's just what we look at. We look at the entities and then we separate them and we recognize them for what they are for their own. Some things are just like that. This is the issue with hip hop because everybody feels like it fits so many places, and it does because it's a foundation for everything pretty much when we go back to it. But at the same time, we also have to realize that it's its own category that doesn't actually belong with anyone besides itself.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. It's for me. I mean, it's sometimes it can be a little bit hard to define that and really pinpoint who is and who isn't hip hop. And the original point I was trying to get to was like in the last few years, it seems that it's just overall growing so much where like there is so much pop appeal to it, like the Migos. You know what I mean? That's like pop rap.
I mean, I can
Like
see,
their
I can see
latest
where you're
shit,
going
you know what I
with
mean?
that. Yeah,
Like
I can see where you're going with it.
Yeah, and like Drake, you know?
I mean,
That
you
nigga
know,
R&B, man.
Yeah,
Don't
I
do
wouldn't
that.
even.
Don't
I
do
wouldn't
that.
even
Don't
call
do that.
him.
No, don't.
You wouldn't call Drake hip hop?
I wouldn't call Drake.
I'll say he was a culturally in hip hop like influencer, but he is not hip hop.
I wouldn't call him.
Do not
Because
don't
it's
do that.
so
Don't do that.
unpure
Because to me,
and it's very filtered.
I mean, he's in the same kind. Like
yes. To me, Drake write hits. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I ain't saying he can't flow. I'm saying he's a preference. Like, if
I guess the
that's
bigger
how
question
you,
would be, what do we define hip hop as a core going across the platform, and then have to judge people based off of what the core platform that we define hip hop as.
So what that sounds like to me is it's like a slippery slope into the next generation of like gatekeepers.
That's fair. I mean, because it's making a shift.
You know.
It's kind of coming. It's
Yeah.
kinda coming around.
But then it gets to the conversation like, should we have gatekeepers like that? Have the floodgates kind of been broken open since like the late 2000s where like Cudi and Kanye and Drake were coming out and they were doing different things, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like since then it's grown so much that it's like the actual definition and the genre and the culture has grown so much to accommodate so many things that it's like, do we want to have people that are gatekeeping and starting to label things? This is real hip hop. This is not real hip hop.
I think what we have to have is an understanding of the foundation law.
So
right, I'll take and I'll take your message and I'll even flip it on you. What we see right now is a circle. It started with music and it started with beats. What we have seen is that the lyrics have been taken away and it's solely back on beats. So we can say the next wave of hip hop will be hardcore or something similar to more lyrical content that we will get.
Like late 90s, late 80s, early 90s, where that like
where it's just
Wu-Tang
pretty much
would come
pure,
out and shit.
And then we can see the whole but then as well, because of the whole climate where we're in, you'll see more of the fight your power, like
socially conscious.
Rap and stuff like that, which actually has a message. So what we're seeing is actually a circle. We're not seeing anything change.
I mean, music and culture, all this is cyclical.
It all
of course.
So when we say it's a gatekeeper, we really won't say that. We'll say who's the chef, right? And so when we name people, right? So I'll say the most iconic people to me would be like, the transition would be like, it's a James Brown. He had an entire era where he shifted and he changed the way things went. And then we had a Michael Jackson who did the exact same thing. And we can say like certain people who meant different things to us and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
Moving along, and we can just pick one who ultimately changed or someone sounded just like them. Like you can be like, T-Pain, but T-Pain had the entire like auto-tune sound. And then everybody caught wave to that. And so it just shifts and it goes back and forth. And what's the next wave going to be? And then we got into this musical shift where it's kind of like, you can easily argue that we went back to scat just as a natural and just so more of the beats.
Because it's like the lyrics are so meaningless and it's more so like the melodies that you bring to it. Right? A lot of these people with like the auto-tune, like the auto-crooning, they call it, over like trap beats and stuff like that.
So real quick though, let me ask you, how many projects have you released?
So I have 2 projects that are currently out.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the first one?
The first one's called Bismillah.
I saw that. Okay.
Yeah.
So I haven't
that's an older project. Foundational, learning how to at the time, because I had been making music and rapping for years, but like to actually like record yourself, engineer yourself, and like how to like market and try to discover your brand, all that type of stuff, right? And then I came out with House in the Vines a couple years later, and that like I think that really cemented like my sound, right?
House in the Vines, where'd that name come from?
So it's actually the house that I live in Lincoln Park.
Okay.
And so fair. Like I had been living there for several years. The album just sort of represents everything that happened in my life at that time, you know, ups, downs, and crazy twists and turns and whatever it could have been. You know, it's a really like intimate, small spot, and it's just like covered in vines. It's like over 100 years old property. It's just been family owned. It feels like a little getaway in the city. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
nice.
I fuck with that.
Yeah.
So, I've always wanted to. Well, I like asking, you know, artists and creatives this question. Like, so for you, when it comes to naming projects or even naming tracks, like, what process do you go through? Like, how do you go about that?
That's something I'd take like super seriously. That, and then I would even take it a step further and go into like sequencing of an album. Like sequencing an album, like what order are we gonna put the songs in? You know what I mean? So I would take it a step further and include that. But for me, I mean, it takes a really long time. Okay. Like I make the music, I make the beats, I do the lyrics, and then I'm like, the title has to like.
Renaissance man, you do it all.
Yeah, so like the title. I mean, I work with a lot of people though,
a
lot of people. But the main crux of it, like I do it all myself. But it just takes a long time to.
Oh, got you. So
technical difficulty.
No, we good. We good.
good.
You say you got it, Ron? Okay. You wanna do it now? We wanna give a little.
We'll do it on commercial.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Actually, that's a good point. We'll do it at the top of the hour. So we're gonna play.
You want to do so just first? You want to unreleased one?
I can. Whichever one you sent me first.
Okay, we'll do that one first. Yeah, that's not really.
So continue.
All right,
top of
so
the hour, we'll go into your track and then we'll hear that.
Cool. So you asked about the process of like titling albums and
Yes.
songs and stuff, right? So
Yes.
I'll usually like come up with the beats, work on the production, do the lyrics, and then it just comes down to the story. Then I like for my projects to be cohesive, but not like super conceptual. Not yet, at least. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I want like a running theme throughout what I'm doing, and I just want something that's like snappy, eye catching, and it's like a summation of the project.
Question.
Go ahead.
I noticed that listening to some of your music that you have a lot of like natural, I'll just say authentic instruments. So are you always recording with like live instruments there?
I was gonna ask that. I'm glad you asked.
A lot of the time, yeah. So like I'm the the saxophones, flutes, the orchestras, everything I use orchestra is like a real orchestra that I recorded over here, and then a lot of guitars. I play a lot of the guitar, some piano, bass, things like that. But then I get like a lot of people to fill in on instruments. You know what I mean? So Chicago's a huge jazz city, so I always get like jazz players to play on my stuff.
Yes.
Especially when I use like live drumming. A couple of those drummers are really just like proficient jazz / metal drummers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. I know some dope drummers too, man. We gonna connect, bro, because I got a project that I'm finishing up now.
All right, sweet.
That I would love.
How'd you find your flow?
That's a good question too.
How to find my flow?
Yeah. Your flow, I feel like is
Rhyming flow?
is different.
You
Yes.
have a very unique.
You have a
flow.
different flow.
Yeah, so with the flows, I try to fit into like different pockets that I'm hearing, but still maintain like some sort of like consistency throughout it. You know what I mean? I try to like twist it up a little bit so that if anybody's listening, I change up my flow at certain points where the song might start to drag a little bit. Like, oh, that's something new that's there. Let me listen to the song a little more. You know what I mean? It's like every 4 bars, you want to change something to keep the listener hooked.
Okay.
You know, so in terms of how I found it, I mean, it comes back to my top 5. You know, like the people that I've really.
Go ahead.
Don't answer yet.
No.
Nah, you made me wait. Hold on.
I have a rotating top 5.
Okay, that's fair. Go ahead.
Accept that.
Go ahead. Do it. Go ahead. So who's your top 5 right now?
Andre
Dead or
3000.
alive? It don't matter. Dead or alive.
Andre 3000
Andre
is
is
one
so
of
good,
the biggest for me. Andre
yeah.
3000,
He's in my top 3. So
nice. I would say Andre. Eminem's up there for me. He's a huge influence.
Interesting.
And then I don't know if this next one is gonna be like 2 people or 1, but like Most Def and Talib Kweli.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll take both of those.
I fuck with
Yeah,
that.
so both of them are like unbelievable MCs. And then the last one, man, this one's really hard. I mean Nas.
Okay.
Nas for sure. And then
That's fair.
honorable mention. Shit, he really just like kills it. Biggie kills it for me. I love everything he does.
Okay.
Yeah. I just wish he had more projects out, more material that we can like gauge,
man.
right? He was like a kid when he died.
Sucks, bro.
24, 25 or something.
Yeah, man, it's super.
Yeah.
Actually, a couple days ago, I was in Vegas and I pulled up to the intersection where Tupac was killed.
Really?
Yeah. Listen
We
to
walked
that.
in one of the
I listened to
time I was in
that.
Vegas.
You guys remember what Drake and
Resurrection Project, early 2000.
Tupac? I was listening to that over there, man. It's crazy.
Super surreal, right?
Yeah.
So I'm curious. Are you an independent artist, or are you signed with somebody, or are you hoping to do that? Because I guess that I'm asking that question because I have a follow-up question about your experience thus far with the music industry, and how has that been for you? I guess is the question.
I have a lot of insight on that in terms of like the last year especially, but right now and the whole time I've always been 100% independent. Even though with the way I make my music and produce it, like my projects are like 100% produced by me.
Okay.
So I'm independent now. In terms of like getting signed to something later, like I'd be open to a distribution deal, management deal, an actual label. Like I wouldn't want to sign something unless I have enough leverage to get the type of deal that I would want. Right.
That's fair.
So I would want like full creative control. I would want like access to marketing and, so like what I do on the side is I do a lot of marketing for musicians and artists and creatives, businesses and things like that. So like I know how to market is those, bro. You to just real quick on digital advertisements or billboards and whatever it might be,
Yeah. I saw you had a billboard up in the city. Where is that?
Yeah, I had it in I think Logan
Okay.
Square, something
That's
like
a good
that.
place.
Yeah. It was right off of.
lot of traction.
It was right off of Diversity, like a super busy intersection,
Okay.
or Western and Fullerton, something like that.
Okay. So you
Wait, can I ask him about his
Yes.
like, videography
Go
and
ahead.
stuff? Do you create your own videography styles, and do you like have a concept of what you actually want to see when you shot? Because like I see a lot of your videos, I like the way they're put together, and I like the way they're shot. So do you have any input with that?
Yeah, so I mean, I do all creative direction for everything that I do. I come up with the ideas. I write out like treatments of what I want, the shots that I want. But I'm blessed with working with like a really fire team that believes in the work that I do, and they're like more cinematic guys. They're like professional videographers. So we like put our own collective together called Symphonic Minds. And so we do like editing, we do videography, cinematography. We film for businesses, artists, creatives, stuff like that. But my projects are the ones that we really go balls deep in.
nice, as it should be.
But yeah, no, I'm huge in terms of like controlling where all that stuff goes.
So you made a post. I can't remember when you did it, but basically it was along the lines of not having to feel like you need to post something to social media like I can't remember.
Every day, multiple times a day.
Where's your mindset around social media, and like, because obviously you say you market and you do a lot of that, so how do you go about that and not feeling the pressure to have to post something?
Yeah, I think that's like the irony of it, you know what I mean? Like, since I do a lot of social media stuff and marketing and PR work, like to make money, right? Like on the side, I hate it for myself. Like, I hate social media so much, and just everything that it brings. And I know there's a lot of benefits. There's good things, initiatives, spreading information and misinformation. It's just, I just don't like the compulsion of it. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm like an artist's artist. You know what I mean? Like a lot of my fans are actually musicians and aspiring artists themselves.
I fuck with that.
So they get like the minute details and like the nuances of my music, more than like an average casual listener might get. So that's why I attract those types of fans. And so having to post all the time on social media and do all the stupid TikTok videos and things like that, I'm going to start doing it with my next album run. I'm going to start doing a lot of that stuff with my next album run. But I mean, it doesn't even have to be the dances. It could be like cool videos of me just like sitting there, like playing something and like trying to engage with the audience and stuff. So there are ways of doing it.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm at a creative peak in my life and in my career, and I want to use every like moment to extract art out of my life. I don't want to have to market and cater to whatever the trends might be. I want to just focus on my art and coming up with the greatest art possible.
I fuck with that. Any inspired artists coming up who are either hip hop or whatever genre that they're in, what advice would you give them around, just staying consistent with their craft, or like,
For aspiring artists, I'd say, I mean, so many people send me their music and it sucks. It is so bad. You know what I mean?
T-Pain rant. Go ahead.
And that's not a bad thing. I mean, my music sucked
fair.
at a lot of times. Everybody has to suck. You know what I mean? Everybody has to crawl before you can walk and run and jump. And just aspiring artists, don't give up is one, but another one is listen to your favorite artists and listen to the music you make. If it doesn't sound like that, don't, you know what I mean? Like keep trying hard.
I ain't never heard that before.
Yeah, keep
listen to your favorite artist, and if listen to the music you make, and if it doesn't sound like your favorite artist, then
figure out what that like
Figure out which
gap is, right? That disparity, and then like bridge that divide.
Another question I got, as far as like, because I know you have a website and shit like that. Is there I know, right? Is there avenues? So like, say if somebody want to do a feature with you, is there avenues that they can go through that, or is that something that somebody just reaches out to you, or how do you go about doing that?
People reach out to me. I have like a contact form on my website, which just comes directly to my business email. So people can reach out to me, and people do. I'm very selective on features and stuff like that, because it's like, the business has to be right, the aspect of it, like who's going to be marketing, who's going to be paying for mixing, mastering, how much effort is going to be going in. and then finding other artists that I like respect and want to work with, you know. So I'm open to it. I have done several collabs. I have more coming out, but you got to come with the heat.
Yeah, no, that was for me. I got some shit I want you to hop on.
It's got to be
that question for me. So,
and at this point, so I consider myself a very small artist right now, right?
Yeah,
no matter what
fair.
my following or anything is, I'm a very small artist. So like, a lot of my fans, like I said, they're musicians and other artists, and you know, they love it and they actually like really really like it. But then when they hit me up, they see I'm a really responsive guy. Like I try to respond to everybody, no matter how late it is. Like if it's been months later of me not responding. And so people always will be like, oh, let's collab on this. Let's work on this. And it's like, I can't, you know what I mean? I got so much stuff on my own that I'm trying to work on. It's difficult to do it. You know, the business aspect of it has to be right too.
Yeah, it'll make sense to you. That's
And then I mean, when it comes to music
That's
too,
another
like
thing. Yeah.
I love like the aspect of art and like the creativity aspect of it, but like I'm pretty cutthroat when it comes to business too. You know, like I have a master's in business. Like this is my shit. You know, and so I want to make sure that all aspects are good. Not just for me. Like I want things to be mutually beneficial. I want everybody who's working with me, who's on my team, to get something out of it, not just serving me, being selfish. You know.
Got you.
I feel like that's how you thrive as a community, as a team.
That's fair. You got any other questions for our guest, KJ?
Well, we can hear your top 5.
Oh, I gotta do my top 5.
Why not?
I mean, you go first then, because you already had it in your
asked
mind.
if I had a question, I just gave you.
Go ahead, name your top 5. You already
top 5. Why you gotta go last though? Like it's like
because you already had it in your
so
mind who your top
petty
5
right now.
was.
Get
Like so,
the-
you.
I
might as
don't
well go ahead.
actually. I'm gonna make
All
mine
right,
up
that's
on the
fair.
spot. Get your
Okay,
top 5
so my top 5 always changes in my opinion.
Cool.
But I'll take a shot. So Andre's in mine.
Andre 3000.
Yes,
Andre's so good, dude.
Andre,
God
he's
damn
super.
it.
He's super underrated, bro. Like, you know what? Though,
No,
I
he's
feel-
adequately rated.
I think so. I was just
adequately
about to say that.
Yeah.
But like, I don't hear a lot of people put him in their top 5 though. Like,
Really?
Yes,
I don't. I really don't, bro. Like, it'd be interesting. Like the dude is just cold. But anyway, that's just my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? So Andre, shit. I put Biggie. Nas. Who else? I feel like you just put me on the spot.
Hard question.
Is
Big Pun.
so nah, that's funny. I fuck with Big
Fire,
Pun though.
though.
I fuck
Love
with Big
Big
Pun
Pun.
though. I fuck with Big Pun. So Andre, Nas, Biggie. I don't know what that is. Andre, Nas, Biggie, and
Andre, Nas, Biggie.
Wayne. It's not that hard, but I'm just saying it changes.
Wayne for sure. He's
So Wayne,
he's so
Wayne,
high up there.
Andre, Nas, Biggie, and shit.
Or you can put Big Boy in it.
Nah, he ain't that.
Big Boy fire.
I was just about to. As soon as you were done, I was about to bring up Big Boy.
He is, but he ain't that. Then I would have to say,
Little baby.
you funny as hell. You said little baby. Nah,
Little baby.
I would have to say, I would have to say, I don't know, man. Common, I don't know. Common or Twister, I don't know.
Okay.
It's always at
Twister,
least one of them.
I don't know
from
if I'll
Chicago.
put Twister.
Why not?
I mean, he was just one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's
growing up,
definitely
you know
one of
what
my
I'm saying? He had a
favorites.
huge,
Common, I could see.
influence on my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of the on the conscious side. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why I say Common. You feel me? But it changes, bro. Like I don't know who your top 5. You feel me?
If I had to give an answer right now,
You funny as
on the
hell.
spot, I'll say Talib Kweli.
Okay.
Mm.
Def.
Okay. Thank you, Mos.
And with Andre 3000.
Okay.
Who else? Then I'll take it back. I don't really like KRS-One.
Okay.
And then I don't like Rakim.
Nice.
Good shit.
So,
yeah.
I feel like my top 5 was just weak as
So
hell.
we, not at all. We all have so much overlap. My top 5 is like a combination of both yours.
But see, it always changes though, bro. Because like for me, it would have to we would have to categorize like the eras.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, so
Sometimes, you know?
era is definitely going to be different. But we had a question in the chat, and they said, Well, we already answered that part. So if you're actually listening,
No, I ain't petty. I knew the shade
What was the question?
coming.
What was the question?
anyway,
Oh,
what's your pros and your cons for being an independent artist?
For being an independent artist?
Yes,
That's a good question,
Pros and
actually.
cons.
I mean, the pro obviously is you're fully in control of your own destiny, your own career. You know what I mean? You're not answering to anybody. But the con is you're broke. You know what I mean? You don't like
It's a
how
marathon.
where are you gonna get this money from?
It's a
You know what I mean?
marathon. Yeah.
But that's really down to those two things. You know? One is you're gonna be independent, but the trade-off is you don't have the resources. One, you have the resources, you don't have the independence. Right. You know, so now we have a lot of artists that are doing like slightly signing in certain ways, like Russ with his distribution deal. You know, Chance with the shit he did with Apple Music. You know, all that type of stuff. So I think we're in a new era where you can skirt the line between being an independent and being a signed artist.
Yes.
Right.
And we got people like Chance to thank for that, and other people who didn't take that route of what people think of selling their soul. You know what I'm saying? Which in most cases people do. You know what I'm saying? Which really sucks. But anyway, you want to dive into some of these topics, man? You know what I'm saying?
Quick one. Which one will be quick?
So I'm actually curious to know your thoughts on this because you are how you say his name? Basquiat. Say it for me. Basquiat. Yeah. So I know
I like that.
Beyonce and Jay-Z did a photo shoot. And they either bought this painting. I believe they bought this painting that was never seen before, literally by anybody from, was it
the collection?
Basquiat.
Yeah.
And
they brought it from a private collection, but the issue is pretty much that they did it in front of like which diamond store is it?
I forget. So Beyonce was rocking some. Yeah. It was the original whole point of the photo shoot was for some diamond. She was rocking some like,
Who does the?
You know what I'm saying?
Who
Whatever.
Who got the biggest store? The biggest diamond?
Zales, Jared.
It was like
Sotheby's. It was one of those.
Like
Cartier, one of them.
Yeah, Cartier, because they had like the Cartier blue. And,
damn.
And the blue was actually being represented inside the painting as well.
Right.
So
where was it? Like Paris?
I can't remember.
No, they
it might have been like
in front of the original.
Might have been at their crib or some shit. I don't know.
So.
So they got backlash for it because people who love art or in that realm felt like that shouldn't have been the first time that they seen that piece. Like they felt like it should have been like open to the public or open to the world to see before it was like Beyonce and Jay-Z.
That's so interesting.
But didn't they buy it?
I seen a completely different.
So I guess I wanted to know
viewpoint on it.
That's what I'm saying. So no, I saw that viewpoint.
What viewpoint did you see? The viewpoint I saw on it was that was more about like capitalism. And so it's kind of like, how do you switch one capitalism to another capitalism? Because capitalism is all bad, period. But then the other point was pretty much like, we're continuously endorsing these corporations that have spent hundreds of years tearing down black people, and you're still posing in front of them as if like they are just scotch-free and have done nothing wrong. But I didn't see yours, so we can.
So who received the backlash? Beyonce and Jay-Z did.
Beyonce and Jay-Z.
So they got flamed because they bought an artwork that had never been seen before.
Well,
they got flamed because they posed in front of the artwork
that hasn't been seen.
That hasn't been seen.
Can you see the whole artwork in that photo?
See the whole thing. Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
That's how I felt because I was like, well, if they bought it, then it's theirs. They can pose in front of whatever they want to pose in front of. That was my take on it.
And people love bitching, dude. I feel like the people who complain are the ones who are salty. They can't buy it. They can't afford it.
That's fair.
They're not getting in there.
So when I saw it, I literally was a little bit. Oh, okay, there we go. Because I was about to get to that point, Corinne. She said she think it was, and I think you also kind of like touched. She said she think it was because of the blood diamond thing.
Oh, if it's blood diamond, that changes things.
So the original.
So what's the difference between the blood diamond thing just representing the country, or representing a corporation that has like completely kept your people down?
Because I mean, the whole point of how.
I mean, blood diamonds are no different though. Like, why would I represent a culture or? Why would I represent a known company that has kept slavery into place for a certain group of people, and then those people at the highest at their highest peak.
They're profiting.
It was Tiffany.
Just
Yeah,
going
we're talking about that
ahead.
current. It was Tiffany.
Okay.
For their like profiteering and stuff like
Yes.
that. Yeah.
So
understand
I
that.
don't know. That's like a weird
So
line
whether
to
it's
swim
Blood
on.
Diamond or whether it's not, it's still the corporation itself.
Yeah.
Period. Even if they're good diamonds. Just saying.
Yeah.
No, it's
Does this really represent like the company, or is it more about Jay-Z and Beyonce?
Well, it's kind of a mix of. It was kind of a mix of both. The whole commercial,
advertisement.
was Tiffany.
It's the company's advertisement, but it's about Jay-Z and Beyonce because they're supposed to be the woke.
Yeah. So it's
Top
like, why y'all doing this?
That's the more
why y'all
of the-
posing
They're
for
the
Tiffany?
that's more.
They're
of
the go-to,
conscious, right?
They're
You
the
know.
go-to to show the
And
token.
they're not really vocal about anything else they do for people. Like it's pretty private. So like, what's the point of actually pushing this diamond company? Which
How you feel about Jay-Z as an artist? I guess I'm curious to know.
I feel like Jay-Z's business practices are really questionable to like how he got big and stuff. I feel like he always just like stepped on people's necks to get ahead and stuff like that. And that's that like hustler mentality to get forward. I mean, the man is a phenomenal artist and rapper. I mean, one of the greatest, right? Actually, we have the same birthday too.
Hey, you a Sagittarius?
Random fun,
December 4th.
random
Yeah.
fun fact.
Hey,
Get
look
y'all
at
Sagittarius.
Look at
ass
that.
out of
I'm gonna leave you alone. We cool.
But I mean, he's a great artist. You know, I have a lot of respect for him. I just don't think he's like a saint. You know what I
That's a
mean?
good point.
No, he's never a saint.
So Corinthia said, I think the biggest
That's because
thing
that's her
was-
birthday too. I'm sorry.
No, she was saying.
Whose
no,
birthday?
No. Somebody in
One
the
of the person in
comments.
the comments.
So no, she was saying people saying how she go from black is king to repping a business with blood diamonds.
I can see that.
That's real. I think that was the bulk of why people really got heated.
Well, the thing is, even like that Black is King thing, I mean, this is such a major project. You know what I mean? Like the way that they like conceived it, produced it, and marketed it and stuff. I feel like projects like that, even though it comes from an artist like that, I feel like there's always some sort of like corporate interest, and it has to do something with like appeasing certain types of people to get their sales up. You know what I mean?
Corporate interest was obviously Disney because it only streamed on Disney platform when Disney first came out. So you couldn't, if you didn't have the Disney platform to buy easily, you really couldn't. Watch
Exactly.
the
So
entire thing.
so there you go.
So
So that's
that's your
kind of the
corporation
connection.
right
You know,
there.
so they
Yes.
probably like, you know, gave a bag to Beyonce
Yeah.
that was
Huge bag.
astronomical, right?
Bottom-
And then they
Bottom-
watch their bottom line skyrocket
Yes.
because they have monthly, you know.
Yes, the $15
Exactly.
add
So
up quick.
I mean, that's how I feel like. That's how I feel like. I feel like ever since this, you know, the Floyd thing happened, you know, like last year, the murder and stuff. There's just so many companies and people that are coming out and doing things that are so phony and like disingenuous and stuff like that. And then there's people who do things that are very genuine and they come from an honest place. So I think it's so hard to tell. And people who are on Twitter like blasting people over like bite sizes of information, it's like that's what I don't like. You know what I mean? I think that a lot of people need to become informed before forming an opinion, and most of all, a judgment or accusation.
Alexi said in the comments, money is money. And I agree with that, obviously, because that shit definitely rules the world that we live in, especially this country. No, it's interesting, man. I think that, like, even when the George Floyd thing happened and then, like, all of the, you know, riots and things took place, and then I remember I was staying downtown. I can't remember what hotel I was staying at.
Here in the city?
It was in the city.
Yeah.
And so I remember staying downtown and like all of this craziness was going on. Like it didn't get too crazy downtown, like, but they were definitely down there protesting. And when I left the following morning, all of the stores along like Michigan and State and all of that shit was like, you know, windows busted and all of this.
Yeah.
So I go back to my neighborhood and just around my neighborhood and just seeing a lot of businesses put up, you know, Black Lives Matter or black. And I was like, what? And it was like stores that I knew, like, you know what I'm saying, where I knew, like, you feel me? Get the fuck
It
out
was
of
so,
here.
dude,
Like,
it was
you know
so
what I mean?
interesting to see the BLM like take over amongst like non, you know, like African Americans, like, you know,
it was
people who
interesting.
aren't even minorities. Like,
It was interesting.
it was just so interesting to see that because one of my degrees is in sociocultural anthropology, right? So it's like the study of people and like specific to the cultures and stuff like that. So seeing this, it was just so interesting. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like people can do like years long studies about what has happened in the last 18 months.
You know, but we ain't no political show, you know what I'm saying? But it'd be funny. It's hard to avoid, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like sometimes you just gotta have little snippets and have our little piece and say our shit about, you know, what's going on in the world because it's real, it's happening, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's true. I feel like people should also give a little bit more of like a benefit of the doubt to like differing parties and viewpoints and opinions until they like really get to the bottom of what people are saying and what their intention is. Just in anything, you know, if somebody's going to be canceling someone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that happens so quickly without.
Oh, because it's all opinionated, right? Because it's like if it's something that you don't agree with, it's so quick to say, oh yeah, we canceling now.
Yeah, exactly. And then
right though.
I mean, you can, but that don't mean like. But that going back to your point,
that's like cronyism, though.
Thank you. I ain't got to say it. Go ahead and give them. You know what that word means.
What do you think? Do you disagree?
Oh, in other news, you ain't got to answer it. I just think I agree. I feel like it's so easy to project our opinions on other cultures.
But everything is that easy.
You say what?
Everything is that easy though.
It is, but I'm saying not just because it's easy. I mean, you got to do that shit.
I mean, but everybody does it. Just look at it in a different way. Look at right. So let's look at this. And I'll just say this: the other night I was watching TV. Right.
It depends on who we cancel.
Well, wait, look.
I'm saying in the comments she said she think cancel culture is healthy. I think it depends.
I think it is too. But at the same time, like I'm gonna be honest, like I've never seen.
Everybody don't need to get canceled.
I've never seen a person of Indian descent eat Popeye's chicken. I've known several people of Indian descent. Period. Like from India, not from like American Indians, like from India.
Yeah.
The other night, I seen a Popeye's commercial with a person from India talking about how good the Popeye's chicken is, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, they're trying to get. They know that they're trying to get the Indians to eat it.
Yes,
Indian people can't eat Popeyes. Indian people can't eat Popeyes.
The point is like cancel culture. We all are being sold down a road, or we all like are being brainwashed to follow a certain thing.
Yeah.
So cancel culture is no different because like now I'll bet you I'm gonna see an Indian person eating Popeye's chicken, and I'm like that fucking commercial did that because I've never seen one. Ever.
Yeah, so that's just like good marketing then.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think are they doing anything wrong? You know what I mean?
No, they're not. But it was just super weird. I was just like, that's
did they get canceled
random.
for that?
No, they did.
I
just saw it. I just saw it. Like he was eating Popeyes. I was like, oh, this is great.
Yo, speaking of Popeyes, did you guys have that Cajun fish sandwich that they had a few months ago?
I didn't even know that. Last thing I heard about was the nuggets, and
it was so good, so good.
Fair.
But yeah, no, I mean, accountability is good, holding people accountable, but canceling people and a lot of these people that are doing canceling, they're like punk ass teenage kids that are, you know what I mean, they just got Twitter fingers at home and stuff like that. You know, it's like droves and droves of children.
Alexi said there's so many sensitivities that celebrities ignore because of their ignorance or privilege.
You have to.
Yeah. No, I mean I know.
I mean like even just being an independent artist, which I'm not, but like being an independent artist, like you have to ignore everybody's telling you like, oh, this is trash. So like if you're not using that, oh, this is trash as motivation, like it's just so negative. And it's just so much like hatred you're gonna feel towards yourself, where it's not gonna make you not gonna want to make you produce any like positive music, which is helpful for you.
Yeah, definitely. But at the same token, I think people should be confident and comfortable enough with themselves, where if they hear something like that, they're like, okay, maybe my stuff is trash. Let me get into this person's mind state and see what they're thinking. Maybe I could have mixed this better. Maybe I could have sung this better. Maybe this lyric was cheesy. But at the same token, like you're making your music. If it's a representation of you, you shouldn't really care if other people say it's trash. You know?
But it matters. We all know that.
It matters definitely. But I think that self-confidence isn't like championed enough in our society. I think that like people say it in like memes, like oh, I'm a boss ass, whatever, this and that. No, nobody can deter me. But really, at the end of the day, these are the same people that are complaining about being so anxious and depressed and having social media influence them so much. So people are just getting caught up in too much stuff.
Gonna talk about it.
You know, they're not like people aren't self-aware and they're not like self-reflecting enough to grow before. Everybody.
So before we go to the top of the hour. If you are in the chat, make sure you go follow What's in It for the Black People Media's Facebook page.
Let me make sure I share this.
Yes, sir. Make sure you go follow Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken Facebook page. Make sure you follow our Twitter and our IG, 2VEC Podcast, number 2 VEC Podcast. We appreciate y'all being in the chat, asking questions. It's very, interactive, and we love it. But real quick, when we go on break, we're going to play a unreleased track from our special guest today. Hopefully y'all vibing with it, you know what I'm saying? Check out the whole project. Was it House in the Vines?
House in the Vines, yep.
House in the Vines. It's
all streaming platforms.
All streaming platforms. It's a dope project. I got a chance to listen to the whole thing. There's definitely something in there for everybody, I believe. That's just my opinion. But anyway, before we go to the topic, so the Shakira Richardson thing, real quick, right? Because we don't got to spend a lot of time on it. I guess I just really want to know y'all opinions about it. So she raced after being absent for a month or so for weed, which I still feel certain ways about. But anyway, she knew the rules, she broke them, so she got suspended for a month for smoking weed, or however long she was suspended. Came back, raced. Came in 9th place, got burnt.
9th place?
She finished last.
Sheesh.
So she had an interview after, and basically, in that interview, she didn't take any full accountability of her actions. And in my opinion, she should have just took that L and be like, I lost. I was off for a month, but I'll be back.
What did she say?
She said a whole bunch of other shit. You feel me? This ain't. And she used like just unnecessary language, I guess is my opinion.
I'm interested to hear what she said exactly.
So yeah, when we go on break, you can pull it up. It's just very interesting. So I feel like when you in those sort of situations, so a lot of people was like clowning her because she got burned. First of all, it's like that ain't something you just. It's fast people in this world who are like fucking fast as fuck.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
A millisecond makes a difference.
Exactly, bro. Like, and she lost. I mean, I think. 2 Jamaicans came in first and second, like, you know what I'm saying, and you know how they move, you know what I'm saying, so it was like a lot of people was clowning her though, you feel me, because she got burnt, first back, bro, like, I'm pretty sure
she should have been practicing.
Well, that's true. That's true. That's a good point. That's a good point.
It's her life.
So I was curious, and I was just like, I guess they played back to back. So Alex, what's her name? Felix. Alex, is it Alice Felix? I think she retired now. She won like one more medal, 11. I think she holds something. The record. Yeah, basically. So they put their interviews side to side. So there was a race that Alex Felix did, and she like lost. Okay. And so she was able to humble herself and say, there were just some better runners, and I got to go work hard and come back and she left it at that. But Shakira interview, so watch it when we go on top of the hour, and you watch it and then see how different their interview responses.
I mean, does it matter though? Like
it does though,
but I don't think so because I feel like.
In what way doesn't it matter?
Shakira's still dealing with personal issues. The whole reason she was like using drugs anyway, which is why like her mother died.
So that's what I'm
saying. Oh, I didn't know about any of that.
Her mother died. Yes. She got caught for smoking marijuana. After she won like her Olympic trial, then she got banned from the Olympics. That's like a lot of mental situations.
I agree with you. So my point is, why couldn't she in the moment? Well, my point is, I would have preferred to see her in the moment just say that. I was dealing with a lot of shit. That's what I'm saying. So. Yeah. When I guess it's just the accountability piece for me, right? But we gonna talk about.
When you heated. You ain't gonna be like, let me be accountable.
But she lost though, like so it was just like
be accountable. You probably like it's like when Jordan came back, like you think he gonna still drop 45? Like no, you dropped 10.
Yeah.
What he do after that? What he do after that? But I'm pretty sure he was like
he started making Hanes commercials after that.
But Jordan ain't come in and say, y'all know I'm the motherfucking man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. I'll be back.
Are you serious right now?
We going on top of the hour.
I don't remember. What did he say? What did Jordan say in like the Wizards days and shit?
We going on top of the hour. You feel me? Come back in. We'll be right back. We got an unreleased track from our special guest.
Go ahead.
Song's called Different.
WIIFTBP Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP Media's just for you and me.
Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Week events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Week members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Hey, sunshines. If you didn't catch the last so you found that, but you also, during those times, made a conscious decision to create a base for yourself outside of the Isleys or the great artists that you tour with. And from that, the Mo Fitz Project was born. Can you tell us how and why you did the Mo Fitz Project?
Let me tell you something. I had been touring since I was 17. And what happened was Eve, your girl Eve, was doing different events around town. Mm-hmm. And I remember it was right on 47th Street.
Yeah, I think it was Blue 47 or
yeah, one of those spots. So Eve was doing something with them. So they were like, we're hiring bands. I was like, I'm gonna put something together and go play locally. Let me do that. And through that situation from Eve, the Mo Fitz Project was birthed. I was like, oh, okay, this would be great to actually come home and put quality guys and make another joy. And crazy, remember Terrence Kane came up with the Mo Fitz.
Oh, did T. Kane? Yeah. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Terrence was like, you need to call it the Mo Fitz, Reese. Mo Fitz. Use your name. This is how that name came about. It was Terrence Kane and my girl Eve Bridgeworth. She was the launching pad for that. And then she would hire me to do different events. And she started hiring me to do weddings and stuff she was doing. And then it just kind of birthed into that.
Don't forget to tune in weekdays, 9 a.m. to the Book of Dawn from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. Roll Tide, y'all.
We'll be back after these brief messages. Check it. I'm living off a bulletin, but no longer a simpleton. Album dropping December 10. I swear that I'ma get it in. My name up on that bulletin. Urban Park in Milwaukee, Cicero with 6 corners. That's where you're gonna find me. Determined I should live again, maybe as a hooligan. Surely not a Puritan, don't cross me as a militant. Back from my silence to the guidance of my highness. Bad times to highness, no hidden child like Adonis. I'm ready to start over, ready to live bolder. Getting ready for my energy to push a penny. I swear I got no enemies presently. Jealousy's recipe for a felony. 70 times that I asked for apologies. Infidelity caught my identity. Yeah, I'm not proud, but I'm trying. Read books edifying. Lost love unrequited. Hold up, why am I crying?
Only way is forward. Ain't no going back. I am here to honor what's mine, and that is
I let you figure how to move on my impasses. Think you're better than the mid-drasses. Need to get me some fat asses. No, I'm picky, but I must pass this. Bypass this, breathe gases. I'll surpass this. But I wasn't on time. It isn't fine if I'm out on a dime. I'm drawing from a darker part of me. Ardently, make a song for me. Isn't hard to be proud of me. Lucid dreaming out the ether, stay scheming with my feet up. Skinny dipping with a prenup in a G-cup. Trying to figure out what it's all about. I lost a lot thinking that I'm a boss. I forgot how it felt to be feeling ill. Carpenter's wheel, I should have killed my ex before I got the bill. If you see me on TV, taking 2 cc's for TV, loading up on syringes, it takes a lot to admit this. Slanging dope with the hope I find my love in the lope. But life is brief and full of grief, so you better not choke. I wear my heart on my sleeve and bow down to reprieve. Let him in to bestow. This is it, y'all. Here we go. I watch my life pass in silence. Bright lights behind us. Thinking of all my friends who watched by as I sinned. I don't think I'll ever win, but if I do, tell me, where the hell have you been? Hope you had time to repent. Don't you be indifferent. Waves crash and you say slap back in. We had good times, I remember back when. Back then had a certain vibration. We offered up that certain libation. I'm getting back to the real me. Breaking fads, never asking who is he. I thought that we had a certain destiny, but now you're just beneath me.
Like they calling you up.
I need some gum. I feel like my breath stink. KJ way close to me right now.
I'm like right here, trying to use space.
It's all good. What's good, beautiful people? Welcome back to the podcast, Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken. It's your boy, Mr. Lingo himself.
The man who always got something to say. It's your boy, Flies for the KJ.
And we broadcasting live from WIIFTBP. What's in it for the Black People Media? Welcome back. We coming back in. You feel me? What? Oh yeah, shit. I forgot. My fault. Anyway, we finna just jump right back into some topics. You know what I'm saying? Again, if you are new to the station, make sure you go follow What's in it for the Black People Media's Facebook page. You feel me? Make sure you follow Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken. You feel me? We got a special guest in the building. I'm gonna let him reintroduce himself again. What's good, bro?
What's up, everyone? My name is Omran Sayed, Chicago artist, rapper, musician extraordinaire.
In the building.
Extraordinaire.
It's been a pretty good conversation thus far. You know, we've learned a lot about who you are, how you move, you know what I'm saying? But on this show, we like to talk about, you know, controversial shit from time to time, you know what I'm saying? And then we like to talk about, you know, relevant shit, you feel me? Life shit, you feel me? What's going on in the world, you know what I'm saying? So you out here single in these streets? What's going on with you, bro?
No. I'm married. I just got back from my honeymoon yesterday, this morning.
Yeah. I think he capping.
I wear my wedding ring right here.
Okay. I'm like, oh, this is even there. You didn't say it, I do. Okay. Is she watching right now?
I hope so.
Oh, okay. Because I don't want to get you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So we can filter out some shit, you know what I'm saying? But we just like to, you know, stir the pot a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Well, one, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How long were you guys dating? If you don't mind me.
I'm open. We were friends and dating, I mean, on and off for years, you know what I mean? And then during 2020, we just got really close and we're like, you know, we're at this point in our lives. We don't really want to see anybody else. We can see ourselves with each other for the rest of our lives. So let's get it.
So, before she came along, hi, if you're watching, newlywed, what was your take on marriage before she came along? What was your opinions? What was your thoughts? I don't know if you're, you know, if marriage is something that runs in your family or if your mom and dad.
Everybody in my family is pretty much successfully married. I'm divorced. So that's,
really?
Yeah.
Another fact I didn't know.
Yeah. So, I relationships or whatever to me, that's just like a title. It's commitment to me that I think is everything. So like boyfriend, girlfriend, I mean, people just run through people like it's nothing, you know what I mean? I feel like we need to, as a society, as a generation, I'm sure you guys are millennials too, we got to like really emphasize the importance of commitment, you know what I mean? And like, and trying to build and work together, not just having the perfect person fall into your lap and then they cater to your needs, you know? So that's kind of where I stand on that. So
you don't believe that there's a perfect person for you?
there's a perfect person that you can grow into with another person, but I don't think you're gonna find somebody that's just all of a sudden perfect and you have no issues whatsoever. Because that's what perfect would be. You never fight. You never have anything that's wrong.
You got any questions? Because I'm gonna keep going.
Nope.
Please keep going.
Okay. So you mentioned you. How long were you married?
Man, let's not get into all that shit. Okay. All that.
I mean, put limits on it if you want to. I'm just curious.
My baby's watching. I'm not trying to get into all that.
That's fair. You know what I'm saying? So,
why'd you get married again?
Thank you. That was literally the next question I was about to ask.
Why did I get married again? I didn't think I was going to for a really long time, but like I'm a pretty religious guy, so like I prayed for it. I made the right moves to move towards that. I think that like the prayers of your parents have a really big effect on your life. Really close. That they were praying, and you know what? It just worked out, and honestly, I'm the happiest I've ever been. I make really sad music in the past, but I'm ecstatic. Every day is just beautiful.
Okay.
But people don't want to hear that. People hate seeing people in happy relationships. You know what I mean?
Some people do be blocking. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna hop off of you real quick. We gonna come back, but we gonna hop off of you real quick. So I don't know if you are a basketball fan. Do you hoop at all, or do you?
I play. I don't watch much anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you know who Steph Curry is. I think everybody knows who Steph Curry is. So
I got him in one of my lyrics, like Curry, oh no, that's Kyrie. Like Kyrie, I got the handles.
Okay, that's fair. He's definitely top 3 handles right now in the league. So Steph Curry's parents. Wait, who your top 3 with handles?
Handles top 3.
Handles? He definitely top 3
He's
right
got
now.
the
Hold
handles.
on, before we get to what we.
It's only 2. I'll only say him and Chris Paul.
I mean,
Who else?
Steph Curry's a little. His handles a little better than Chris Paul's in my opinion.
Him and Chris Paul. In my opinion, it's only 2.
Kyrie number 1 right now, bro.
I don't think Steph
handles.
I don't think Steph has like. I don't think.
I mean, he made Chris Paul fall a couple times. So I mean,
he's got a mean cross, man. He's got a mean cross.
He made Chris Paul fall a couple times, bro. He made my man double time. Like you feel me? But I think Kyrie right now definitely got the best handles in the league right now. So if in my opinion, it would go Kyrie, Steph, and then Chris Paul. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Got an opinion.
Yeah, everybody got one. You know what I'm saying? I think people would, you know what I'm saying, back that up.
Yeah.
So anyway, his parents got divorced, right? So after 30 years, they were married for 30 years.
Wow.
Obviously, there's going to be a lot of assumptions and accusations that are coming out right now. But the last one I heard before we came on live today was that Steph's mom, I can't remember her name right now on top, that she basically cheated, right? And so are you familiar with red pill, blue pill, purple pill?
The concept?
Yeah. Alpha, beta. Are you familiar with that?
The reference point for that.
Fair.
Okay.
That's fair. But it's so funny, like now looking back,
it came from, right?
now looking back at Matrix, to me, and now makes a little more sense to me with the whole concept and where it is now in today's world. So anyway, I watch a lot of that sort of content, and I'm sure KJ does too. But basically, it's kind of like the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, right? So let me get to my point. My question is, before I get to that point, my question is, when it's something like 30 years, right? Like so let's say you guys last 30 years, like you know what I'm saying. At some point, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. You guys can have a take on it. After 30 years, we not divorcing. Like we gonna have to figure out. Because it's 30 years. I just spent 30 years with you. Like, I'm fucking 60. So, like, what am I about to go do? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that applies a little bit better for middle-class people. At that point, you have generational wealth. You're like, shit, I'm still 60. I'm still 55, 65. Like, I've got some good years left. Let me go get railed and travel. You know what I mean? Like, that might be what they want to get into, you know?
That's fair. But I think it kind of fucks up the sanctity of marriage and commitment a little bit, in my opinion.
Definitely. Yeah,
Because it's
absolutely.
just
I'm
like-
not saying I would do that by any means.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying that I can see why other people would do that. For me,
Yeah.
if I'm getting married, we're dying together.
Fair.
You know what I mean? The only reason it didn't happen the first time is because,
It happened.
bitches, bitches, bro.
Yeah,
What can I say? You know what I mean?
That's fair. You ain't got to get into it. No, so I mean, KJ, what are your thoughts? When I first of all, for me, it was very random. I didn't see it coming, but at the same time, whenever I would see them at like games together and shit, it always felt a little weird. Like, you know, she would do like a little
Curry
there's a
and
video.
his girl or
No,
the parents?
We'll get to them. We'll get to
Dale
them. So
Curry,
Dale
the
Curry
father and his mother.
Are they well known for anything?
Dale Curry.
Dale
was a
used to play
basketball player.
in the NBA.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
so
I think
they
Curry got
met.
that shot.
With
Curry
who, like-
Dale Curry got drafted in 87.
Like Irving days? Oh,
He
I
got
see.
drafted in 87. Then they married in 88, and then Steph was born in 88.
Damn.
So this shit's been going on a long as far as.
Comment crazy right now.
Yeah. So you want to read some before I get to my point?
No self accountability.
Well, what are we really trying to get to about?
So
both of
my
them?
point is.
Yeah, found a point.
Sorry, yes,
That's
this is my
not what I'm
point.
saying.
No, this is my point. So my point is the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. And with this happening with the Currys, the
mother.
the parents, the mother and the father, the same thing is about to happen with Steph and his wife.
What's his name? Aisha?
Aisha.
Yeah.
Simply because if it's hard to say, and after hearing the accusations right now, it's hard to say that Dale didn't know what was going on in his marriage, right? So my point is, when it comes from a alpha male and a beta male perspective, when you're in something like a marriage, you really do have to have like a plan. Like, it really, as the man who's supposed to lead and lead his family, lead his marriage, you really are supposed to have a plan or a program as far as leading in that way. So what Steph allows Aisha to do, so I don't know if you ever saw, so she at one point she was talking about she doesn't get enough male attention and all of this shit. She sees people, like, she came out and
She
said
said
this
that on
out
her
loud.
show?
She said this on like somebody's show. I can't remember who
And
it
doesn't
was.
she have like a cooking show?
Something like that. Yeah, she does have a little cooking thing, but it was on something
She has
different.
it now.
Yeah.
She
It was
said
on somebody else's show.
back then she didn't have
But
it.
my point is, the fact that she was able to feel comfortable enough to say that out loud to the world, it made Steph look like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, like a chump.
you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, so if now his father's getting divorced and he knew, there's no way he didn't know what was going on. There's plenty
Wait,
of,
so is it like verified that Steph's mom cheated on Dale?
yeah, it's a picture out of a dude who used to play for a white dude who used to play for somebody. He played in the NBA.
Football team.
It might have been NFL. Yeah, some white dude.
So
played
she
in the
switched
NFL.
up for another athlete.
Yes, basically. So I guess my point is, it's just interesting how marriage is looked at in today's society, I guess, is what I'm really.
So
getting down
are you trying to ask me, like, do I think Steph is gonna be going through the same shit?
No, I ain't asking you that. I think my whole question was, I wanted to get your opinion around the sanctity of marriage and what it means to you. But you kind of answered that.
Okay, man, the sanctity of marriage is everything to me, bro. It's
Okay.
like it's so important. I feel like it's hugely being lost in today's generation. In today's generation, I feel like sanctity of marriage is lessening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's.
But then again, it might be changing, because that was kind of the trend over the last, maybe 10, 20 years. And I feel like the pendulum has swung so far in one direction that it might go the other way, where it's like the sanctity of marriage comes back. The same way we were talking about music, it's very cyclical. Like he was saying, it initially hip hop started off at a time where like it was all beats, but it wasn't really the lyrics, right? Like scatting. And now that's kind of coming back, where there's less emphasis on the content of lyrics and more about the beats. You know what I mean? Like it's the same with marriage. We kind of cyclical. To one point, it was very important, the sanctity of marriage. 50s, 60s. In the 60s, it probably started waning because of the counterculture and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But now I think that the pendulum is swinging in the way where being a familial type and being and protecting the sanctity of marriage is coming back.
Yeah.
I would like to think so.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't.
You don't?
You want me to get my opinion?
Go ahead.
Yeah, please.
Talk some shit. Go ahead.
Like not right now, but maybe in the next 5 to 10
Yeah,
years.
no,
you know
give
what
your
I mean?
opinion, but let me just touch on this comment.
definitely try.
Corinthia, stop trying to make excuses for this woman cheated. Like, why women don't ever want to take
She's making
accountability?
excuses. What
She
you
talking
saying?
about just because it's a picture, it don't mean she cheated. Boy, she cheated, boy. If
No,
a picture,
that's also
if
true.
A picture is in the universe.
That's also true. I was actually gonna bring that up.
If
Like,
a picture
I
is in
think,
the universe, she cheated, bro.
dude, relationships and families.
You saying Cap that she?
He said she didn't cheat.
Oh, she
No,
didn't
I'm
cheat.
saying
Knock me out.
relationships.
Definitely cheated. Go ahead.
I'm saying that relationships and families are so complicated that, you know, who are we to like sit on the outside? We've never met these people before. We haven't shared a word with them, and we're like
agree with you
commenting on their
100%.
shit. You know what I mean?
I'm
So I
just-
don't know what's happening, but based off the limited information you're giving me, I'm telling you
So 9
something.
times out of 10, if somebody's if 4 or 5 people say that you are a liar, that means your ass be lying. You know what I'm saying? So at the end
You
of
know,
the day, it's
so
just
I'm
like,
I'm Muslim. In Islam, in order for somebody to be considered cheating, it's like there needs to be 3 people to verify it because the penalty for for adultery, for cheating on your spouse is stoning. Like you're killed for that.
So now look, before you give your 2 cents though. So we KJ shared a video with me, a girl who did a TikTok. Was that what you were about to touch on?
He went back, so I was gonna go back.
Yeah. So basically, there's this video, and she was saying how, and please help me.
Want me to just say it?
There you go. Thank you.
So according to the woman, her perspective is unpopular because the fact that you can never be cheated on, for the fact that we should never have possession of an individual human being. And that's her opinion and beliefs. And that's, I feel like, starting to be pushed a little bit more.
This is just somebody said this on TikTok.
Yeah, she said that.
It was pretty,
it was about the
kinda
belief,
valid.
and it's about the having possession of an individual and knowing that you don't own or have property over another person's, like, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. So therefore, you can't be cheated out of something that you're not prepared to, like, lose because you don't have full possession and custody of another individual as well. But back to your original statement.
Hold on,
I mean,
but
I
you
would
missed
like
the-
to.
you missed the
I got to
point part,
report.
though. So she was saying if a person does cheat on an individual, they're just cheating on themselves. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yes.
You just have to either deal with it or be okay or whatever conversation y'all have around that. But she was saying,
I see her point, and I think that last point of what you made is like there's some validity to it, but marriage is a business contract. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm
It is
glad
a
you said that out loud.
it is a
So-
legal binding contract.
I'm glad you
you
said
know?
that out loud.
Love
Yeah.
isn't recognized by the state, by the government.
Yes, no.
You know?
And
So if
so-
you violate it by getting dicked by whoever else, that is a
she
violation. That is a violation of your contract. I'm not saying it's about the Currys. I'm saying I'm making a broad
so
statement.
even if you take it to
Overall.
that aspect, like the contract is all right. I'll just say this: it's always about property. So if we take away the property, then that's what it is. Marriage in the 1940s, 50s, and 60s was only popular for the simple fact that some people didn't work, and we'll just specifically say it. The white woman didn't work, and it was a tax bracket situation set up for the white couple. So therefore, the white man can take care of the household, and then get tax benefits off of it because everybody else wasn't really pushing that agenda. That agenda is just widely done. Even if we look at it back in the day, or even from like your original culture, marriage is the dowry and all that other stuff that comes with it. It's a situation and a change of property. If you don't have the money and the finances to take care of my daughter, or you don't have this finances to give to me so I can boost up my own life for having this person, then it's a situational piece. And so we have to shift from that, I feel like. And even if you take out the financial piece of it, then we're actually just saying that what Nick Cannon said is that, oh yeah, we're just committing to buying or having possession of another individual, which is solely wrong as an entity itself. You shouldn't have rights over another person, because that's all it is. Whether you're cheating, whether you're married or whether you're not, they're going to do what they're going to do.
No, I
Period.
disagree. I think you should have rights over another person
Why?
like that. Why not though?
Why
Like you're
own a person?
you're like, I'm not saying that's property as in like you can beat them and stuff them in places and tell them to go where to go, but like to be able to like trust and know that that person
I
is
trust
going
Johnny
to.
perfectly.
I know, but
If
you
he
guys aren't
if he
married,
tells
though.
me that he's going to be somewhere at 3:00, and we're going to meet up at 3:00, I expect him to be there at 3:00 because the trust arrangement is there.
Yeah, but I think it comes down to trust. Like if your person is cheating on you, like how can you trust them to be with your kids, to do what like your life is in this person's hands.
I mean, it's different relationships. My relationship with you, even if we move forward, would not be the same as my relationship with another guest or co-host that would be there.
Yeah.
So it's individually. The way I treat my child would never be the way that I treat somebody else's child or the way that I treat, a close friend. Like everything is separate.
Yeah.
So
what? I'm trying to get what your main point is. So are you saying that cheating is
marriage,
okay?
Marriage is I believe that. First of all,
like let's find some common ground. Do we agree that cheating is bad?
Piece is not anything that we ever need to have. Like I don't believe.
Define possession though. Like in this situation, define possession.
I don't need a contract to say that you are a part of me and to say that this validates who we are. That's possession. I don't need that possession. I don't need to have rights to you like I have rights to my car.
So, I mean, I'm not coming up with the rules. I follow, I get married religiously. Religiously. I go by what God is saying in terms of what my marriage goes. You know what I mean?
I completely understand, and we're not on the different, we're not on a different bracket far off. Like, we can have several conversations off camera.
No, I'm just trying to get to the crux of what you're saying.
The crux of it is that marriage is a business, and when we have a business and things come to possession, and it's looked at it that way, right? Because if you get divorced, you're fucked. Love doesn't matter, and the possession of it doesn't matter as well.
Well, your possessions matter because all your shit's going somewhere. Everything you possess,
but that person doesn't.
So I'll put it to you this way: in the world and society that we're living in now, women, in general, some women, not all, but some women are really benefiting from marriages failing. I guess that was my whole thing because we talk a lot about.
And anybody seen Kevin Samuels? Yes.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you. So it's really a state right now. So much so so I was married once. You feel me? I don't think legally I would ever do it again because of how the system was used against me, right? So that's my own personal reason. I'm not saying I can't fall in love with a person. I'm not saying I can't be fully committed to an individual. I know legally I will never do it again because of what it represents in this country that we live in.
That's true. I mean, there are a lot of rights, and it's there's a lot of women that take advantage of it, that want to go through divorces. They want to wait till somebody dies. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things that go into it, but obviously that's not everybody. You just have to really trust your partner. And I mean, there's fail-safe, there's prenups, there's arrangements, there's things that you can do.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
But you got to have an ironclad ass prenup for somebody.
People still poke holes through,
what I'm saying?
prenups.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't want to stay too deep on that. You feel me? We can talk more off camera.
Love is special though, and I mean, if you're really with your person, and
did you fall in love first?
Like with my girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah. You
thought we could talk off camera.
You my parents just found somebody.
No. That's funny. No, I
bro.
was
People
just
ask me that shit all the time.
I was just curious. We could talk. We could talk.
No, I definitely fell in love, but it wasn't like the most amazing deep love. Like that shit comes after decades of being with each other. Love is consistency. It is not something that's like a one-time thing.
But that's your viewpoint.
Exactly. I'm talking about for me. I'm talking about for me.
It has to come from both sides. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so we can go to the next topic. But I did enjoy that conversation.
Me too. Relationships, situationships.
Oh yes, they are. Yes, they are.
We dropping a episode this week too. Is cheating natural? We did a podcast.
I think the urge to cheat is natural.
We could have had you on that motherfucker. It was a very interesting. It was a very interesting conversation. So anyway, real quick. So have you guys seen the video of the Steelers game with the guy and the girl and him knocking out the dude? Have you not seen it yet? So I'll give you a brief and then we'll talk about it, because my whole base of this topic, even bringing it up, is, do you think it's ever okay to put your hands on a woman? But let me explain. So basically, there's a preseason game. Steelers are playing some fucking body. I don't even know. Browns or somebody. I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
It's irrelevant. So Steelers game preseason. There's a black guy sitting in front of this white couple, and we don't know what the previous conversation was. All we know is when the video starts, the black guy the couple. And the whole time, the guy who's with the girl, he's sitting down. Now, I want your take on this, too. The white guy is sitting down the whole time. And the white woman is, and this is what I mean when I said earlier about, leading in your relationship, right? So the white woman standing up. she's yapping to the black guy the whole time, and I don't know what he was saying, but basically, he's basically trying to calm the situation down. It looks like, and so she kind of like puts her finger in his face and kind of like touches him, and he kind of moves her hand a little bit, and she smacked him.
Slapped his face.
She smacked the black dude, and so he reacted. He drew back. He was about to hit the white lady, but he looked immediately. The dude stood up. Now this is the funny part. The white guy stood up.
We'll just say the husband.
Let's say the husband, right? Or
the husband stood up.
The husband. He stood. Husband, boyfriend, whatever. Situationship, whatever. He stood up and immediately came to her rescue. And so the black guy
attacking.
He didn't. He didn't.
He got that
So he swung a couple times. But look, this is what happened. So she smacked the black dude. He almost reacts. He holds himself. And then he looks at the white dude because he stood up, and then he like, oh, okay, so this is he did after the fact, but he didn't do it right away. So anyway, the white dude stands up, comes to her defense, way too late actually, and then he like they exchange blows. So anyway, after the white dude tried to exchange blows with the black dude, he gets knocked out. I mean, you can see him fall asleep.
Yeah,
you feel me? So
and then she's like in front of him,
and so she's in front of him trying to like block it, and everybody, So anyway. The base question is, even if a woman is in the wrong, do you think it's ever okay to put your hands on a woman? Like, say you get slapped.
I mean, define put your hands. Like, are we talking like hold her back, like you hold her shoulders?
I mean, if a woman slaps you, if a woman slaps you, what would be your response? A woman you don't even know. Let's say you at a game and y'all get into it.
I've been slapped before, man. You just walk away. You know what?
Okay,
what are you gonna do?
Interesting. Okay, so my take on
if it's Ronda Rousey who smacked the shit out of me or something, you know what I mean?
I would probably be.
I would run probably first. Scared. I'd
probably be like, you that low key kind of turn me on. Anyway,
please do more.
I
think it all depends. You know what I mean? If you're a bigger person and a girl is emotional and she hit you, I mean, be the bigger man literally and just don't hit her. You know what I mean? Oh, I mean, we can even get technical with it too. I mean, like that's battery then, right? That's assault.
Facts. Now, but this is the thing though. But she hit him first. She hit him first.
Yeah.
And it's footage of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But this is my whole thing, right? So like, women should never feel like, you know, they are such in a position where they want to be a man so bad, and then when they ended up getting treated like one, it's like, oh no,
how could you do that?
You know what I mean?
How dare you hit a girl? Yeah,
so it's like. But it goes back to the point of some men need to do a better job of leading their relationships. Now, bro, this woman's talking this whole time. Now, the fact that this man didn't get up or even look at his woman or even grab her and say, yo, sit your ass down. Like, you tweaking. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not finna get beat up for you, which basically essentially what
I mean, that's a beta situation.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a beta situation.
I'm glad you just said that. So literally, my man's didn't say a word until he felt like he needed to finally say something, which was horrible timing because then he really
he jumped up. I mean, if you say he jumped up, that's like that's an act of aggression.
Exactly.
Jumping up.
So literally, my man shifted from the white woman to the white dude.
And you said he's already cocked back too,
bro.
He's got to release.
He did not. He fixed his glasses. He had on glasses. He fixed his glasses and was like, all right, this is what you want to do. I'm finna hit you anyway because you should have stopped up.
So what ended up happening? Did the black guy get charged?
They kicked the black dude out, which was interesting. They escorted him out of the stadium, and it was just like, that was weird for me because it was like, first of all, he got slapped and he's just defending himself. So how y'all gonna
He got
escort
assaulted.
him?
He got assaulted.
Exactly. So it's like, how y'all gonna escort him out when he wasn't even the one that started?
I mean, then that just gets back to the other thing. The second, one of these like security guards, they look at a situation. If they see a black person involved, a person of color involved, that's most likely. They're conditioned. They're programmed that way.
It's the same thing. There's a video out right now of two dudes fighting on a plane. I don't know if you saw that. First of all, which is really stupid, bro. There's like no space on this plane for y'all to even throw hands. These dudes are so they literally throwing hands on a plane. Like, I think the black dude like let his seat back or something like that, and the white dude got like irritated or whatever. So they're standing up at this point and
throwing hands.
They're standing up. They were exchanging, conversation, and I think the white dude was irritated at something that he like let his seat back or something. And the white dude just swung on him. And then the black dude beat his ass after that. But they escorted the black dude off. Like, and it was just like, they escorted the two dudes off. And it was just like, bro, like, did y'all just see what happened?
I mean, both of them, though, but like, because they're fighting.
I think they all got escorted off at the end because we didn't see the end of the video. I think somebody in the comments was like, they all got escorted off. But no, so it's just funny, man. Like, we really do live in a time right now where women
Go ahead.
women are feeling very masculine. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Well, they want the good parts of being masculine. You know what I mean? They obviously men and women are different. We're not the same, right?
Yes,
so you know, I think the thing of equality is kind of BS. It's more based on equity, right? You have to take into consideration who you are, right? Women are different, so you can't be exactly the same. If they're treated exactly the same, then that's weird. Then it comes to the shit that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Right? It's based more off equity.
thoughts.
I mean, I would beat her ass, bro.
So I mean, in that situation, I probably would have hesitated like he did because dude stood up.
I would have hesitated. I wouldn't have done it. I would just take it.
Her. I wouldn't have hit her. I probably would have.
I would have been like that. Would have been like something like that.
I probably
like
would have
scream in her
muffed her.
face or something.
Dragged her ass, boy.
I mean, you know,
I'm dragging both of them.
you know, it depends. You know what I'm saying? I've never
she
put my
smacked-
hands.
So my problem is the fact that like you, why are you in my face and why did you hit me?
Fair.
A lot of this depends on what's going
like
on.
right,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if we're all drinking though, still like, why do you feel like
That's
you
always a
have
bad
the audacity to even like for like I'm a man like, why would you stand up in my face and then like no matter what happens you feel like you just have the right to smack me? Like,
Well, they're probably
that's a situation.
I feel like women in those situations hide behind the fact that like, oh, didn't your mom ever teach you not to hit a woman?
I don't
or
care.
something like that.
Right.
But
Did your mama teach
but
you not to raise your hand at a
and
man
that's
too?
the
Like, you
problem
feel me?
because my mama told me if she hits you, hit her ass back. So
Well,
Yeah.
see, no,
So-
I heard when
so-
if somebody hit you,
so-
it wasn't even you know just you know singled out for women. It was like if somebody hit
right,
you,
if they
them
hit
back.
you,
feel
hit them
me?
back. So
That's what I was
So
talking
now I'm drunk. You just smacked me, so now I just go back to childhood behaviors, and I gotta hit you back because I want my lick back. Like I mean, you can say it childish as you want.
I don't
but,
think
like,
I don't think it lessens a person not to hit somebody back though.
I mean, but
I
like
don't think so.
society
Yeah,
put
I
it
mean,
as if
but
like
the way
women
the
should be
world
okay
is,
to
you
hit
know what I'm
men.
saying?
But at the end of the day, like it's all wrong. Like I would not like so a partner I would never hit. Like if I felt like you
Like your partner that you're with, no man.
Like-
Yeah,
like if
no,
the-
I'm
like-
walking away.
Man,
from
girls'
that.
hearts are
I'm
like
walking away from
glass,
that.
bro. You
Yeah,
do
I'm
something to
walking away
hurt
from that.
them, like they'll remember
Yes,
that
but
50 years
like-
later.
Oh my
So-
god, it'll never die.
say,
Yeah, it'll never die. You remember that one time, bro? You still thinking about that shit, bro?
We were 17 at the
It's
time.
real,
We're
bro.
58
It's
now.
real,
Are you
bro.
gonna bring that
It's
up?
real, bro. I'm telling
so,
you, bro.
but-
There's a scenario I was in before, and it was a text message that I just didn't. It was like a little white lie. Like, you know, I ain't gonna fuck nobody. Like, it was just a little white lie. It was a friend that I had before. Feel the need, you know, about, you know, make music that, you know, it was when we was burning CDs still. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not about to go. I'm not gonna tell you that I'm about to go burn a CD at my friend's place because this was still considered my friend. Like, this is a new relationship.
So it was a chick's place you were going to.
Chick's place I was going
Okay.
to, but I didn't put myself in a horrible situation. She had roommates, so there's always people there. Like, you know.
So you said instead of going to Joanna's house, I'm going to Johnny's house or something.
Exactly.
Like that. Okay.
So originally I was supposed to go to Joanna's house. You feel me?
Yeah.
Or I was originally supposed to go to Johnny's house, but Johnny wasn't answering the phone, so I went to Joanna's house to burn my CDs. You feel me? And so anyway, she saw the text. It wasn't like I was trying to hide it. I would have deleted the shit. You feel me? So she saw the text and brought it up. And I'm like, I just didn't feel the need to tell you that that's what I was doing. It was just I'm spontaneous, bro. So it's like a spontaneous thing. I'm not finna tell you my every move. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Did
So
you
anyway,
already like leave at that point?
I was already gone. Like, you know what I'm
okay.
saying? Like, you feel me? And then
it happened already.
it already happened. So basically, bro, I heard about that shit for like several years. Like,
Years?
it would always come up again. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's like
It
an
was shit
insecurity
that you
thing.
exactly.
That's
Thank
an
you.
insecurity thing.
Oh my god, you just hit it on
But
the
a
head.
lot of
Thank
it
you
has
very
to.
much. Thank
But
you
I mean,
very
it could
much.
come back to you though a little bit, where like you might need to.
Yeah, I mean, I could have been.
Not
I
even
coulda held
that.
myself
Not even
accountable,
that.
like,
Not
you
even
know
in the
what I'm saying?
situation. I think that you, would, as a man in a relationship, you got to lead it and try and make her feel secure,
agree
right?
with
You have to
I
make her
agree with
feel
you.
secure
It was-
before
it
you
was-
bring up stuff
It
like
was,
that.
It was early. It was a lot of shit that, you know,
Yeah.
that I knew she couldn't handle. That's why I didn't do it. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, speaking of
Whatever.
boxing.
You was young.
I was
Yeah.
young and dumb. You know what I'm saying? You know how that goes.
Young, dumb, full of cum.
Speaking of boxing, do we have any boxing fans in the building? Are you a boxing fan? Kind of. Are you
I
a
like
boxing
more
fan?
like I like more like
basketball.
MMA and shit.
Okay, so that's a good thing then. So anyway, how do y'all feel about the whole Jake Paul and Taiwan Woodley fight that's about to happen? So Taiwan Woodley is I think he's more MMA.
Yeah.
More MMA person than Jake Paul is.
I mean, it's the same conversation we had about Floyd, though.
Right. So this is the one that's about to happen though. So
Man, Floyd just got that money.
Yeah, we know what that was about. We know what that was.
That wasn't
about.
a real fight.
We know what that was about. Because he clearly could have knocked him out.
I think it
like
kind of hurt Floyd's legacy a little bit.
I think so. It did, in my opinion, too.
Even
I
though
feel like
it was
kind of lame.
What was it called? It was like a
exhibition. It wasn't even no judges or no shit like that. So I guess my point is, even asking this is, how do y'all feel about the whole inner like, these are YouTubers, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, it's all money. That's the only thing that comes down to.
It goes back to the earlier comment of money is money. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you, Corinthia. But I don't like the whole inner. Like, I feel like boxers should box boxers. MMA people should.
I mean, at this point, Jake Paul, he's like a boxer. Like, he's been training. He's had a lot of fights.
He only really starting to get these. Him and his brother, like him and Logan, right? They only getting these names because of how
Logan's a fighter.
Yes.
Yeah, he had a fight. He the one fought Floyd. Logan Paul and Jake Paul, they brothers. But they started as YouTubers.
I thought Jake fought all of them.
Logan fought. So Logan kicked it off with the other YouTuber dude, K, whatever the fuck his name is, K something.
I actually just met Logan Paul in LA. We were like,
he's a cool dude.
You know those stairs where you like walk up really far up, people go up and down those to like work out and stuff. So I was doing that. I met him. So we talked for a few moments. I didn't know he was the fighter. I thought it was cool. Jake Paul.
So he used to date one of my good friend's sister.
Really?
Yeah, and I used to DJ on boats over in Navy Pier by Navy Pier where they used to have all the boats and what do they call the shit?
I think
playpen. So I used to DJ in the playpen a lot until my homie Daddy sold the boat. It was a sad day. I was like, damn, no more DJing in the playpen because it used to be so lit. You feel me?
Playpen is fire,
bro. It was just the way they connect the boats and you could just go on other people's boats. It was lit. Anyway, stories, memories. He was there. And this was before I ain't follow YouTubers, so like I didn't know who the fuck he was, like, you know what I'm saying. So anyway, he's a cool dude, like, you feel me. But they started as YouTubers, and so I guess my point is, it's crazy that you can be a YouTuber and fight. You feel me, Floyd Mayweather before like somebody who's been working for this shit.
If you got money,
somebody who's been working for this shit their whole life.
Who sponsored this shit? Triller.
I think so. It was.
You know what I mean? Triller's on some bullshit, dude. The way they like move and operate, and they're trying to like, just pop off with like controversies and stuff like that.
I can't get mad at them though, because at the end of the day, they getting their money. Right?
I would do the same thing.
So anyway, I really hope Logan Paul loses, just because I just kind of.
I want those kids to lose. I want to see both of them lose a fight so badly.
It will. I think it'll lighten. They'll be humbled for a brief.
I want them to be humbled. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, which one of those kids is the one that made fun of like the dude who killed himself in Japan?
It was Logan, I think.
Oh, I thought it was Jake.
Man, I get confused by.
I thought they were like twins. They look the same.
They both do dumb shit. Yeah. So I don't know.
It'll be interesting though.
It'll be interesting.
It'll be interesting for sure.
Anyway, Donda's tonight. I want to touch on that before we run out of time. So Donda's tonight. Kanye's in Chicago.
Man, I almost got tickets for that. It was so much money though.
Yeah, my dude's selling one right now.
How much?
He's selling that bitch for like $300. Yeah. Gotta ask the wife. Hey, I got a ticket for $300. Can I go? Yeah, nah.
She tried getting us tickets. It was way too much.
He only got one, I think. Yeah, he was trying to sell it.
I saw nosebleeds for like $176.
Oh really?
That's still a lot for me.
I would have done that. If I saw one ticket for like $150, I'd probably buy two. $150 is like max for me. That's like max.
What are your thoughts on Kanye?
Kanye, I love his ass.
As an artist, as a you know.
I love his ass. I think he's hilarious, goofy. He's a troubled individual. He's a hometown hero.
Okay.
A huge inspiration in all different aspects.
I agree with a lot of that. KJ?
I don't even mind his Trump shit. I think that whole Trump shit, he's just trying to be a provocateur. I think by doing that, he's kind of ensuring himself in history books a century from now by being so outlandish and so, you know what I mean?
So it's funny that KJ just asked me why we talking about this, because a couple weeks ago, I think either me or somebody put Kanye in our top five.
Top five rappers?
Yeah. I can't remember what the conversation was, but it was something that involved.
I feel like he's always behind the beat when he raps.
It was.
You know what I mean? like his execution isn't like on point for a lot of songs. You don't agree? You think so?
No, I don't. I just thought that was funny. But no, I bring it up because KJ's going to the concert tonight.
Nice.
But it was funny when he got tickets because he didn't think Kanye was considered. What'd you say? You said
he's not top 5 art rap.
Thank you. He didn't think Kanye was top 5 rap because.
You want me to explain it? Kanye is so much more.
Okay, go ahead.
He is
Explain
everything. I mean, he influences everything from fashion.
I agree.
If you take hip hop, like we was talking about earlier, you put Kanye West there. That's it. He does fashion. He does everything except for dance. He does. He changed his last sound. 808 Heartbreak changed the sound waves sonically. He does it all, man.
Yeah, he does a lot.
He's an awesome showman. It's like my 4th time seeing him. So I'm definitely.
So are you excited?
Hell
you have
yeah,
any
I'm
expectations?
excited, boy. Yeah, nothing but the greatest.
Okay.
So you're a huge Kanye fan.
Hell yeah.
Huge Kanye fan.
I had the first Kanye tape before it came out. I had all the fucking pre-Kanye tapes.
You think you think his album gonna be better than Drake?
I think it's gonna change. What? Did you just ask me that? Did you ask me that?
It's a debate right now.
Bro, Drake's album is going to be.
These niggas going back and forth.
I bet you Drake's album's not. It's gonna be mediocre at best.
I think
at best mediocre.
I think
it's gonna be another More Life. It's gonna be another Views. Another Scorpion.
I'm gonna tell you, Drake's gonna have the hits, but when you listen to it, Kanye West is gonna have so many subliminal bars that are written by other people that's going to continuously diss Drake.
That's so, one thing I don't like about Kanye is like his way of creating a lot of the shit. It's curation based. After like
he's a creator.
After like the first, I know, but after like the first 2 albums, like he started working with like hundreds of artists and producers and stuff like that.
Is that a bad thing though?
I think he should. I think he should have released it more in the vein of like the way he did the good music stuff.
He's a producer at heart.
I know, but
everybody forgets this. He is a producer and a creator at heart. That's why he's so passionate about everything he does.
Yeah, no, I agree.
He studies everything he does. That's why he had such a big fucking fit about the clothing line and everything he does. And every time he comes out, he changes the fucking world. No matter how ugly you think those Yeezys are, everybody buying them bitches always sold out.
Yeah, but a lot of that is based off PR.
Of course.
He's not releasing the best fashion. It's just PR. He's just famous.
But it's not though.
So he had a thought.
Definitely
KJ
not
had
though.
KJ had a
because
thought.
listen to this, right?
But
the thing we're seeing, what PR?
Go ahead, though. Say your point.
I mean, but before he right, clothes and like all you have to say, like he was like, "Oh, I'm coming out with this," not like matter of fact, he was looking at this,
bro.
Because it's Kanye. All he got to do is make one post.
Like, no. The PR is the years of drama, Kardashian shit. That's the PR. So when he announces that,
years about the fashion, it was just like the music. Like he came out and just like, "Oh, I'm gonna drop."
Bro, the Taylor Swift thing, like all these controversies, like these are the things that led up to.
No, what they say? No. Publicity is bad publicity.
Yeah, so it's still.
I'm not.
Right?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
But at the end of the day, he changes everything. So like
he does.
What he was about to say is that like I said, what Donda is going to be is a concert in itself and a release party. So now we're going to see more artists doing this, right? And so even if you pay attention to it, we originally seen it on Twitch, because Twitch started doing live streams for newer artists, and then after Twitch, and it didn't really pop on Twitch, Kanye came out with the entire like gospel album that he did solely just by touring each place. And now we're gonna see this, and this is gonna be Donda. My theory is once this Donda drop, right, inside of wherever we are, and this concert is going out, the actual CD that's coming out is gonna be completely different than what we hear.
Well, did you read what he just released? He said he's not finishing the album and he's letting fans do it. So he's putting the stems for each of the songs out there and wants fans to finish the album.
He just waiting on Drake.
Look at
I think when Drake drop his shit, when he get wind of when Drake dropping his shit, he gonna drop it.
I don't understand why he cares when Drake drops.
Dude, fuck this bitch. What you mean?
It's weird.
Hey, look, what they say, a woman's scorn.
That's more of a that says more about Kim than it does about Kanye.
I mean, but Kanye is extremely petty though, and extreme. Like you know what I'm saying? Like imagine that ego and that heart, and then knowing that somebody less than you have taken something of yours. Do you know how much you want to destroy him?
So
I do, but Kanye's a grown ass man. You know what I mean? He's a middle aged man. I think he should try and
who has mental health issues and who's extremely petty and from Chicago.
So
period. Like that's all you need to know.
But he's also very successful, determined, and smart. You know what I mean?
I hope tonight is dope. Take some footage. Take some videos.
We'll Snapchat.
Hey, where is that live stream happening? Is it happening on Apple Music again?
I don't know if they're doing it live. Are they doing a live stream? Or is
I heard that.
They better, dude.
Check out YouTube.
I don't really care that much to see it. All right, so look, we got a couple more topics before we
let's get it
close out. Honest thoughts about the crate challenge thing, right? I just kind of want to hear y'all thoughts about it. One, I think, a lady died from it in Houston.
Really?
A lady died from it, so I really want to talk about it. Yeah, she fell off the crates.
I seen a couple people fall.
And she was bleeding through her head or brain or something like that.
I kind of want to do the challenge now.
Nah,
do the crate challenge?
I'm good.
Go ahead.
I would do. We got some crates.
What's his name? What's his name?
Sorry.
What's his name? What's the comedian name? What's the black comedian name?
It's a lot of them.
Chris Rock.
Nah, the one we were
Richard
just talking
Pryor.
about.
Ryan Davis.
Ryan Davis. Thank you.
I said Richard Pryor.
I know that was a good name, Josh. Though good name, Josh. Though he was saying that
too.
if he know anybody who doing the crate challenge, he immediately cutting them off. So this is my thing, right? One, I think it's stupid, right? Only because, not saying I'm pretty positive everybody be like, oh, I could get over them crates, like, you know what I'm saying. I used to do random ass acrobatic shit when I was shorty, so like I feel like I could get over it, but that don't mean I'm about to do it. And simply because I don't want to do it is because everybody's doing it, like, you know what I'm saying. So
yeah, I'm a lot that way too.
my point is like that's how influenced we are in this world, in this culture. Social media, like, you know, when one thing happens, it becomes this trend, right? Like even with all the dances and TikTok. It's like, why do you feel obligated to do something because somebody either started something or, you know, and you could potentially die from this shit and it don't stop people from going and trying to climb up these crates. I guess, I don't know.
I mean, the danger is fun for people, you know what I mean? Like,
go bungee jumping or something.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Go jump out of, you feel me? Like, you know, I guess that's probably a little worse, but still, it's just like, I think I'd rather be a leader than a follower, I guess.
I agree with that. I mean, I'm not going to do the crate challenge. However, if somebody set it up and I saw somebody fall, I'd be like, let's see if I can do it.
If I did this shit, it would have to be on some, like, mats that you see in the gym. You know, the mats that you used to
Oh, really? I would do it on concrete. I don't think it'd be that bad.
I'm not doing it on concrete. I do it on grass before I do it.
I just feel like I could catch myself.
You're brave, so.
Nah, bro.
Is it really that difficult?
I mean, you better watch some
I saw Vic Mensa do it. He did it easily.
You better watch something. That's what I'm saying.
He took a shot at the top.
I saw a woman do it in heels. But she made everybody be quiet, and she made so she had all opportunity in the world to just focus and take her time. So when I've seen people like fall in the bus and shit, because everybody's like crowding around them, everybody's making all this noise.
Yeah.
You have once you wobble at that top, it's over with. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no coming back. Like once that.
I saw this one fat dude smack his face so hard on the ground. I saw that one
too. So it's just like, bro.
He got up. He was like. He looked like his mom just slapped the shit out of him.
Why you hit me? You hit me in front of my friends. So yeah, I don't know. I guess. At the end of the day, I think it's just a little bit extra. But anyway, so OnlyFans retracted.
Yes, they did.
I know. Quick flip, quick jump.
Wait,
they retracted.
They retracted it.
Why
So
are you happy about them?
I was psyched on it.
Originally, no, and we was happy too. We was happy when
they took it down.
We was happy that they was taking it down.
I was very happy that they were
He was
taking it
happy
down.
that they was taking it down.
Yeah.
So,
Why?
Why not?
She say bungee jumping costs money, but shit, I'd
That's a long
take
conversation.
that risk.
Why keep people money?
Because
The only good thing is
we losing as males. We're only
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking about it from more of a societal standpoint.
Nah,
The only
boy.
good part is that it democratizes the porn industry a little bit more.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
But I'd rather watch free porn than pay for somebody.
Yeah. Also,
You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm good. Like nah, bro.
yeah. No, I mean, I just think it's bad. Like I don't want girls
Alexi,
to.
OnlyFans retracted
I
there.
understand.
They got some money.
No. Stay on that.
I don't want girls to be able to think that I'm struggling with money. Let me just sell my pussy right quick on OnlyFans or something like that. You know what I mean?
No, because I want to piggyback because it's a new challenge on TikTok where you talk to your like grandmother or something, and the people are like, "Oh, you're a prostitute," and and the grandmother is like snapping and going off, right? And it's like, "Oh, I've never done that." I feel like it's a huge like gap in between that because even just mentioning the fact that she streetwalked, knowing that she never did, she took it so disrespectful and said like I earned this and I worked hard and I like did night jobs and I was never on the track and never did this shit. That like and the fact of where we are now is like super crazy.
So basically, Alexi, you can start that OnlyFans again if you want to. They retracted.
Yeah, they did.
They were supposed to not be able to, or people were supposed to not be able to upload sexually explicit content. But then they retracted because they got funded. So
Defunded?
No, I think they was running out of money or some shit. Money definitely played a factor.
Yeah. Well, they said the whole reason they did it is because their investors said they didn't want it.
Right. So somebody was like, "Oh no, let's keep that shit going. We invest in it." Like, which is a smart move. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Like, you know
I mean, at the end of the day, people can do whatever the hell they want. I'm not going to do it.
Sex work is definitely
My wife's not going to do it. That's it.
But anyway, if you are new to the station, you feel me, make sure y'all go follow What's in It for the Black People Media's Facebook page. Make sure you follow Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken. IG, our Twitter, podcast, number 2 VEC podcast. And the YouTube. We got a bunch of visuals and content up there too as well. Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken. And I'm going to let you take it away, my brother. Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me at Umran Syed, UMRAANSYED, everywhere. TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify. All platforms. Hit me up, follow me. You can talk to me. I'll always respond to people. Would love to my music. And if you listen to it, let me know like what exactly connected with you with it or what you didn't like about it.
He married, so I'm gonna be sliding them DMs.
Don't slide in them DMs, shit. Boy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna be stepping on some toes.
That's right. That's right.
I love conversations and shit, though.
That's fair. Well, it's been great to have you on, my brother. We appreciate you coming through and rocking with us.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. And whoever's been listening, thank you as well for listening. Hopefully, I'll be back here soon. Didn't you say you had another episode about something?
But we're gonna do that on a Wednesday. That's
for that other
Wednesdays
content.
get
Make
crazy.
sure you come over there to YouTube.
Wednesdays get crazy.
Content.
We'll have some chicken going the whole
Let's
night,
get
you
it.
Feel me? Yeah. So we out. Mr. Lingo himself.
The boy Flash for the KJ. Who else got something to say?
Thank y'all. Appreciate
Kanye.
Donda.
WIIFTBPM. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Invite alien fans.
Yeah.
When I first met you, I definitely thought you were talking to what's the one girl's name?
The white girl, Camila?
White girl. Is
Camila?
her name Camila?
We were smashing.
Okay, I assume that.
Of course.
Okay, I assume that. I ain't want to step on no toes.
Word.
She's talking to some black dude now, I think.
Yeah, observe. He's a really nice guy.
He's interesting.
He's a nice dude.
Yeah, he seems interesting.
Right,
Ain't no white
Man,
guy.
I tore that shit up though.
Yeah, so I met him a while back, man, and I just always wanted to, collaborate and do some shit, and so
Yeah, man, we wanted to do some DJ shit back in the day too.
man, so yeah, I got this. I'll tell you more, and we gonna obviously catch up
Yeah,
again soon at some point.
Who came up with the artwork for the song for that?
That brief messages?
Yeah.
I worked with this one, a couple of different graphic designers from like Lithuania and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just like, they made it. And then you should see the animation for it on Spotify too.
Yeah, well, you can see it on YouTube. It kind of
It starts moving.
YouTube.
You saw the planets and shit?
That's why I was asking you, like,
Yeah.
what made them choose that person and everything?
I don't know, it just fit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she seems like.
Oh, really? How do you know?
I don't know, just her.
She likes us other folks, though.
Yeah,
I'll give her that.